So because we've had some ongoing issues with bird strikes on two of our windows, I was looking for a solution, and I filmed recently myself installing some anti-collision for bird strikes on your window. So there's actually quite a nice image of a bird hitting the window, and luckily it survived. But mourning doves have been hitting our windows upstairs and the patio door, and there you can see I put some cardboard in behind, but you can actually see the head and the body. That one also survived. So we don't want it to happen that often or at all. So I was looking for a solution, and I found this tape that you can apply that has these little square decals. So I'll go through it. There you can see the upper window and the dimensions. And I also applied it to the patio door on the one side, which is 30 by 70. So the 100-foot roll that I bought covered both windows okay. I had about one line left pretty much, but there you can see the reel of carrier tape with the little vinyl square shaped decals. So that's about half the roll. I showed this after I applied it on the upper window. There's the packaging. It does come with a little kind of squeegee plastic, soft plastic squeegee for smoothing out the tape, and a little decal, and some social media things, and then it has a two-sided instruction sheet. Instructions are pretty vague, not the greatest, but it does show you the two patterns that you can do, either staggered or straight like I did it. And the instructions say to apply it every 2 inches. So you'll see on the tape itself, there's a bit of a gap at the beginning because birds generally don't fly into the very upper portion of the window or the very lower portion. So they're kind of aiming for the center. So as you can see, I've applied the 2 tapes on either edges of the window, so make sure they're nice and even. You don't really have to, as long as you're fairly close. I mean, if you're 1/8 of an inch off or 1/16 of an inch off, it's not really that noticeable, I don't think. So what you want to do, I started at the 2-inch mark, but you can start from 0. But like I said, the chances of a bird flying into a 3 or 4 inch space at the very top or very bottom of a window is pretty rare. So I did do some research on that as well. So you want kind of the main portion, the center portion of the window covered with this pattern. So after you line up, you start your tape on the one end, you just bring it straight across to the other where you see the 2, and you press it onto the window with the squeegee. So as long as you're lined up with the numbers, it goes very well. The only tricky part I'd say is that the carrier tape is pretty strong, and sometimes it pulls a little decal off. So here you can see you can either go straight across like that, or you can angle the tape on a downward angle, which actually works a little bit better, I found later on. But just take your time, gently pull across, and the decal should stay on. But I'll show you an example where one pulls off and what I did to fix that. But yeah, pretty simple procedure. It's always fun when you're 15 feet or so up on a ladder and trying to film and apply it at the same time. So it was a bit of a challenge, but got it done. Okay, so like I said, I started at the 2, which is about 4 inches down from the top of the window. And then at the bottom, there's a bit of a gap too. So, and there you see the first 2 rows. And then, so we did 2, 4, now 6. Now the camera's not level with the 6, that's why it looks like it's a bit off, but I am lined up with the 6, and I'm also out of focus a bit, but I am using that soft rubber squeegee scraper little thing and going on an angle, pulling the tape off, and you just keep doing that. The one tip I can give too is to not put your masking tape on the numbers that you're going to be placing the tape. That was kind of a boo-boo on my part, but like you saw there, I just had the tape on the 12. Well, that's where I had to go across, so the tape was a bit in the way. I had to take it off temporarily. So there you can see the finished product from inside the house, and it's not really that visible. It depends on your background outside too, whether it's light or dark, but I found they didn't really stand out from looking from the inside. So yeah, not a bad look really. You get used to it, and it's better than, some people suggested little decals of animals or little birds or something, but I think this is just a better look, and apparently it's more effective too from what I've read. So here I started the patio door, And I started fairly far down. Later on I did add another row on top. I just wasn't sure if I'd have enough. So here you can see an example of one of the decals coming off. Okay, so you just want to apply a little more pressure or give it a bit more time for the adhesive to stick. And I did it a couple times. So if that happens to you, what you want to do is use the squeegee to push on the little vinyl square and press it against the glass. And then with the other hand, you just pull the carrier tape away from it. Again, this is hard to do with trying to film and having only two hands. So, but there you can see that if you just pull the carrier tape while pressing against the vinyl square, and then after the carrier tape is pulled away, you just want to give that little square a rub with that squeegee. So there you can see the finished product. So obviously the bird is going to hopefully see that. I think it's pretty obvious that it's not a hole in your house to fly through. Now I did see this system used at we go to a provincial park called Pinery Provincial Park, and at the Visitor Information Center they have a whole bunch of bird feeders, and there's a big observation window, and they have the same system applied there. So you know, if they're doing it, then you know it's got to be working. So this did get a lot of good reviews. There you can see the finished product from inside, looking outside. It's not too noticeable. Again, it depends on how light or dark it is outside or inside. But you know, if it prevents the death of just one bird or injury, I'm happy with that. It wasn't too expensive. I believe it was just over $20. It was less than 30. The retailer I bought it at was Lee Valley. And then you saw the brand name is Feather Friendly. So have a look for it online if you can. I'll try to put the link in the description for everyone. But I think it's going to work out. I'll let you know in further videos if I have any issues with it. They say when you're cleaning the window, just regular Windex or window cleaner is fine with a soft cloth, but don't use any abrasive type of cloth or any scraping material, or the vinyl will come off. So just give it a light wipe with regular window cleaner. And you can certainly leave your comments in the comment section down below if you've used this system or even an alternate system. But I'm hopeful that there won't be any more bird strikes these two windows, so we'll see. And as always, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Please hit that subscribe button, and bye for now.